Examination of nose includes examination of external nose, examination of vestibule, anterior rhinoscopy, posterior rhinoscopy, and functional tests. So first we'll see the examination of external nose. Examine the skin and osteocartilaginous framework of nose both by inspection and palpation. Examine the root of the nose, bridge. This is the dorsum of the nose, tip of the nose, columella and alar region. Look for any signs of inflammation, deformities like hump, depressed bridge, etc. Next is the examination of vestibule. It is done by tip raising test. Here, as we can see, the tip of the nose is raised by the examiner to visualize the vestibule. Look for the presence of any furuncle, crusting, caudal dislocation of the septum. Anterior rhinoscopy, it's done with the help of Tunicum or Vienna type of speculum. Here we are showing you with Tunicum speculum, and this is the way to hold the speculum. Patient is seated facing the examiner. The speculum is held in the left hand as shown, and it should be fully closed while introducing and partially open when removing it from the nose. Light is focused at different sides of the nose to examine the nasal septum, nasal passage, floor, and the lateral wall. Next test is posterior rhinoscopy. It's done with the help of Saintclair-Thompson's postnasal mirror. Here the patient sits facing the examiner with his mouth open. Examiner depresses the tongue with a tongue depressor and introduces the posterior rhinoscopy mirror, which has been warmed and tested on the back of the hand. The mirror is held like a pen and carried behind the soft palate. Then the following structures are visualized on the posterior rhinoscopy. Next, coming to the functional test, cold spatula test. A cold clean tongue depressor is held below the nostrils to look for the area of mist formation when the patient exhales. So the area of mist formation is compared on both the sides. Next is the cotton wool test. A fluff of cotton is held against each nostril and its movements are noticed when the patient exhales. Coming to the cranial nerve 1 examination for the sense of the smell. Ask the patient to identify the smell of the solution which is held before the nostril while keeping the eyes closed. Next comes to Cottel's test. This is used to test the internal nasal valve. In this test, the cheek is drawn laterally while the patient breathes quietly. If the nasal airway improves on the test side, the test is positive and indicates the abnormality of nasal valve. Next, coming to examination of paranasal sinus. First, frontal sinus. Examine the forehead, root of the nose, orbital margins. Look for any redness, swelling, proptosis. Tenderness of the frontal sinus is elicited by applying pressure above the medial part of the eyebrow or pressing above the medial canthus. Next is the ethmoid sinus. Examine the orbit, upper and lower eyelids. Tenderness can be elicited by applying pressure just medial to medial canthus. Next is the maxillary sinus. Examine the soft tissues of cheek, lip, lower eyelid, orbit, upper alveolus. As you can see, tenderness can be elicited by applying pressure over the canine fossa. For the better understanding of the structures, we are going to show diagnostic nasal endoscopy. It includes 3 passes, and before examination, topical anesthesia is given with nasal pads. If we go perpendicularly along the nasal floor, we reach the nasopharynx. That would be our first pass. If we tilt the scope a little bit up, we can do other pass. So now what we are seeing is the first pass. The scope is passed along the floor of the nasal cavity. So this is our first pass. Here we can see the eustachian tube opening. Above that an elevation torus tuberous, and behind that will be the fossa of Rosenmuller. Now if you tilt the scope little bit up, we can visualize sphenoid ostium, and that would be our second pass. Now we are showing the first pass in the other nasal cavity. Here you can see the septal spur, and as the scope is passed along the nasal floor, you can clearly visualize the eustachian tube opening. So this is your eustachian tube opening. Behind that elevation is torus tuberous, and the fossa behind that will be fossa of Rosenmuller. Now this is the posterior wall of the nasopharynx. The above is the roof. Now what we see here is the posterior end of the middle turbinate. Now the endoscope is passed from front into the middle meatus. So in the middle meatus region, we will be examining the uncinate process, bulla ethmoidalis. So here we can see this is the third pass. What we visualize here is the uncinate process. And here you can see the mucosa is pale. Once again, for a clear examination, this is the uncinate process and this is bulla ethmoidalis. Now this is the third pass on other side where you can see accessory maxillary ostium. Normal natural ostium cannot be seen. What we see here is the accessory maxillary ostium. Thank you for watching the video.